Hey YouTube, just Vitchin here, and today we're going to be doing a review of the Dualsense Edge wireless controller. Now, I've been using this for 7 months now. Absolutely have loved this controller. So here it is right here in all its glory. Seriously, I absolutely love it. When I started using the regular PlayStation controller, I loved it. It was nice. I just wish it had the buttons down here. So it feels so great in the hand. It's so comfortable. It has a good weight to it as well. It just feels so premium. It has these textured triggers right here, and it just adds that little extra love to let you know it's going to take care of you in your game. And it's you can obviously plug it in by a USB Type C cable, which it does come with. It comes with this handy hard case right here. Um, it's going to really protect it if you keep it in there. So when you open it up, it comes with the I think this is a 10-foot cable. I don't ever really use it, and I'll let you know what. Well, it's because I use the little charging station that my PlayStation came with. It came in a bundle, and it came with a little charging station. So I never have to really use this. If I wanted to use it wired, I suppose I could, but it's nice, 10-foot long, and it's braided. It's nice. So the other thing that's nice is it comes with a lot of options. It has these other types of joystick that you can use, the joystick heads, whatever you want to call them. Those are nice. This is something that you can plug in so that it'll just kind of keep your cord in place. I've never really used it though. I don't really use it wired, so I don't really have a use for that. It also comes with these two different kind of paddles right here. The one the one thing that I think will give this a ding is that it only has two buttons on the bottom. I know that the Xbox version of their controller has the four buttons. I'm old. I don't really need to use four buttons. I just get confused. I've tried to do that before and it just didn't work for me. So for my taste, I am perfectly happy just using the two buttons down here. Now the nice thing about these is that you can plug them in and out really easy. They stay in there uh, through the use of magnets, which is pretty cool. It makes you feel like it's like the space age controller because it just seems like it just snaps in and it just stays there. So if you didn't even want to use these, you just take them out and there you go. You don't even have to worry about it. It's so customizable. It's ridiculous. It's nice. But I do like to have these in here, and how do they go? Just like that. So you can't put them in wrong. It only has one way that they go. And this is so comfortable to me. It just feels so natural in my fingers to press those. The other thing, I do love the symmetry of this. It just feels like a regular PlayStation controller, a little heavier, but I do love that it has these buttons here. The other nice thing is that, I mean, this is kind of a maybe a ding on these, but these don't use the Hall effect joysticks. They use the regular mechanical kind. But the nice thing is, and I can't even remember how to do it, but oh, there's a button right here. You I don't think I've ever done this, you guys. So there's a release button right here that a smarter person than me, that's not hard to do, they can figure it out. Okay, so you press that button, it slides, um, and this piece comes off, and then you have these little locking mechanisms right here. So let's take out the left joystick. So I lift up the locking mechanism, and this joystick just comes out, just like that. So if these ever give you a really bad stick drift, you can replace these. I think it's ridiculous. So I think it's like $80 or something like that to replace them. I can't remember what the cost is, but it is a nice feature that they'll let you replace them and keep the rest of the controller, because there's nothing worse than having a controller that's not very old that's giving you stick drift. So you just put that back in, lock it down, except there is a little hair in there and I don't like that. So I'm going to take the little hair out. There we go. There's another one there. I've got a dog, so I've got hair everywhere in my house. So I just push that in, lock it down, and I'm good to go. And then almost good to go. So I have the little cover here, put that on. Look like an idiot doing it. Oh, I just turned it on accident. Anyway, there we go. It snaps on just like that. So now it's looking for something. So I accidentally turned it on. If I want to turn it off, it just automatically does that because it I didn't get to it fast enough. It automatically turned itself off. So the other nice thing about the case is it does have this little flap here, just Velcro. So that way you can set it in there and then plug it in to charge it. But I don't really use that feature, so that's fine with me. The one other difference, let me grab this here. So I've got the regular controller here, so you can see they're pretty darn similar. This one does have a little bit more weight to it. This one's still great controller. The one thing that I didn't even really notice until I watched another reviewer talk about this is the regular controllers have this edge here on their controllers. These do not. These just come to a point just like a normal controller would. And I've never really had a problem doing that, but for those of you with bigger hands, that might be an issue. But these, an issue with the regular ones, but I'm not reviewing the regular ones. I'm reviewing this one. So anyway, I've got the little points there, and that feels just perfect to my hands. The other nice thing, I can't remember if these, okay, so I can't remember what the little pad here, whatever they call it, the touch pad here. This is completely smooth, and this is just a stock regular controller. This one has a bit of a texture to it. And if you look closely, you can see that it's got the PlayStation symbols, the X, the square, triangle, and circle. I passed kindergarten, so I know what these shapes are. So now maybe you were wondering what these little buttons are right here. So if I'm connected to my PlayStation, I can press either of these buttons. They're they do the exact same thing, and you can switch your different gaming profiles to whatever you want. So it has, I think, 4 profiles that you can make. So you can map these 2 buttons down here to, I think, virtually any other button that you want, really. I haven't really tested that out. When I use these, I use the right one for X and the left one for circle. Usually, that's usually my jump and crouch in first person shooters. So that's what I like there. But the one downside with these is that the battery life is not that great. You might be able to get maybe 3.5 hours out of it in one charge, I think. So it's not that great. So you are getting a downgrade if you're going from the regular PlayStation controller to this one. But that is a price that I'm willing to pay. If it starts to go out on you, you plug it in. You can use just a regular phone charger or something, if your PlayStation's all the way across the room and you don't want cords everywhere. So I personally have a little battery pack that I like to plug it in to. So that has never been an issue with me. And I mean, for me, I'm old. So if the battery's starting to go out, I know that it's probably time for me to go to bed. So yeah, never had an issue with that. So this is nice because it also does connect via Bluetooth to, if you got a PC or a phone or something like that. It's great. A little spoiler alert. I've just discovered this company called Brook, and they have these little adapters. So this actually is how I use this to play it on my Xbox Series X. So yeah, maybe I'll get banned or something, but I don't really play online games. So if they're looking for me, all right. So anyway, that's my review for these. Now, okay, I do have to talk about the big elephant in the room, and that is these are $200. That is kind of a hard pill to swallow sometimes. So is it worth it? Well, I think if you're doing a lot of shooters, I think it's definitely a no-brainer. You got to use it. You don't want to be jumping and having to move your thumb to jump. Like you really don't want to do that. If you're a casual gamer, I think the regular controller will suit you just fine. But I just got accustomed to using the buttons on the bottom, and I really didn't like it. So I had to scrimp and save, and I finally was able to get these. So for me, I've absolutely loved. Oh, I forgot about another feature. So they do have these locking mechanisms, so you can just use a hair trigger function. They have the three different settings. You know, this one lets you pull it down all the way, and then it's got a middle function where you can pull it down a little bit, but then it stops it right there, and then the final one where just like the old school days where it was just a button, wasn't an actual trigger. So for the most part, I do like having it so that I have the full range of motion. But there have been some games where it's just been too chaotic, and I really needed that hair trigger function. So that was amazing, and that wasn't even for a first person shooter either. It was probably God of War, I think. So I couldn't get past a boss, and then I finally used the hair trigger option, and it just helped me immensely. So that is nice. Um, it also is nice to have the advanced haptics that your regular PlayStation controller has. So that is worth it to me also. But I don't know, I just absolutely love this, and because I've just discovered this new company, I use this for every single gaming system I own. I I have another adapter where I can use these on my Nintendo Switch. I use it for my Series X, and then I just got another adapter so I can use it on my Xbox 360. So, you guys, I'm set. So, it works very well as a Bluetooth controller. I haven't really detected any lagging, but I'm probably not the guy to really ask about that because I'm old, and so I won't notice input lag very much like someone else would. So, but it is nice having a an actual Sony product, so you know it's going to work with your PlayStation. So if you're just looking for it, a nice controller, this is it. $200. That is really hard. It's like buying two of these. And I actually did look into those aftermarket things where you have to take your controller apart, and then you have your buttons there, and you have to, like, I don't know, do all sorts of stuff so you can have the back buttons just on your regular PlayStation controller. That seemed like a cheaper option, but it was just, I don't know. I'm so glad I went with these though, because I didn't have to do anything. I just had to just hook it up to the PlayStation and away we go. So, oh, and as far as the Bluetooth controller, that does have this new update that's kind of cool, where you can connect it to four different profiles. So you can have one profile connected to your PlayStation, and then you can use the other profiles for different Bluetooth Bluetooth devices. If you want to use your phone, PC, whatever, what you would do is I can't remember. I think they call this a capture button or something like that. Um, you press these down, the PlayStation button and the capture button down at the same time. If you do that, then it'll just connect to Bluetooth. If you do that, in addition, press one of these buttons, then you can assign a profile to it. And so, like, let's say that I use my PlayStation uh, as a triangle. I just use the capture button, PlayStation button, and I hit the triangle. It'll connect to the PlayStation. But if I'm using another device, when I turn it on, I press these buttons and then hold another one of these buttons here, whatever it's assigned to. So, like, the adapter I use for my Xbox, it's these two buttons plus the circle. I should have used the X for the Xbox, but I didn't. I just used the circle. So anyway, that is also a nice feature as well. The update hasn't been out for very long, and that's been amazing to use as well. So is it worth it? Well, if you're going paycheck to paycheck, probably not. But if you have a little bit of extra money, if you saved, I say go for it. I love it, love, love, love it. I can't tell you how much I love it. So that is my review of the what's it called, the DualSense Edge wireless controller. I had to start this over like 6 times because I could never remember DualSense Edge wireless controller for PS5. So that's my review. Hope you like it. And happy gaming, you guys.